Hey, it's Chris. False start. Okay, so we've got Laudable here, and in the last video, we switched everything to, or we tested whether we could get the content from a blog post, which, if you haven't watched it, you could. So what we need to do in this video is we're going to add TypeScript to the next application. So let's see. Let me get this up. Hope everybody's doing well today. And let's see. Just do yarn diff. Okay. I've got Tedometer from Cassidy running. That's what we're going to use. Let's see. Run dev. Okay, so we'll run this on 3001. Alright, so let's see, we need to add TypeScript. We need to, I bet we're going to have some errors. Let's see, and then we'll need to rename a file and then sort through the errors. This is probably going to be a short one. Let's get over to the stream. So, managing the stream, say hello if you've joined. Looks like we have an error here. Oh, you know what? So this is to do with the fetch right here. I'm just going to hard code it right now. That should resolve. Alright, so it's working yet. We haven't added TypeScript yet. So it looks like all we have to do, NextJS has a handy package that will then configure it. So all we have to do to add TypeScript is do this touch this TS config. Let's also get rid of this terminal print. So, we also have one here, extract data. Right, so in kill the server. We're gonna touch the TS config. That should show up here, TS config. And let's try running again. We detected TypeScript in your project and created tsconfig.json. Let's look at what they did. So it wrote into that file. You got things on here. I'm going to go ahead and change strict to true. So it won't compile when we're building like that. The next thing we need to do, we've added it. See any errors on that? Let's check on the client. Nothing there. Any errors in the console? No errors in the console. So we added it. Let's look for errors. We looked. Let's see if there's any errors. Move these. Pause that for a second. So what we need to do is change the name of this file to index.tsx. API resolved without sending anything. This is a result of a stalled request. Push that. So it looks like it is still compiling. Let's see if we have anything in here. Are there? Okay. So here's our first TypeScript error. Binds to post implicitly as type any. So we need to set the structure of the this coming in. Let's we could do a type, and we'll call it props. And let's see, it's gonna have an object within it called post. And we'll set that to an object. Let's see if that makes it happy. Type any. Okay, it doesn't like that. Oh, and then we have to actually set the props type. Okay, so that resolved that one. So there were no TypeScript errors. We can mark that off, and we renamed the file. So next we need to look for any others. Post. So that is an error right there. Text. So let's make this one, and we'll do string. See if that resolves that one. Yep, that resolves string. Property of type string. And it looks like we have title, but that's on article. What happens if we also add text there? Does that clear up? That is type text, so that's not going to work. Let's also so we also have to do a type on this use state right here. So let's see. We can do interface. Article. interfaces take a different structure. It doesn't do an equal like that, like types do. And let me see if I remember how to do this. Actually, I think the standard is UI article, so you know it's an interface. And well, it's gonna have text, and that's gonna be string, and it's gonna have title, that's gonna be string. But now we need to use the interface. Let's see if we can pop that right here. Just learning TypeScript, so you'll have to bear with me. Okay, it doesn't like that. Let's see how you use that with state. So there's a cheat sheet out there. State. Imperative handler. Okay, so you just throw it in between there. It's trying to be too clever. Okay. So now we've got another error. Argument of type object is not assignable to parameter article. So we can then say or object. This does not exist on my article. Okay, so it looks like it's taking the object first here. I'm not sure why it does that. It's probably because it evaluates as this first. So that's the first one that responds true. So it then doesn't rekeep that. So how do you get around that? Well, one way to do it would be to not have that be an object to begin with, and let this be null. Does that resolve? Nope, that doesn't resolve. Now it's saying the object is possibly undefined. What if I add post in to begin with? This title is missing. Okay. So one trick, I'm not sure what it is on Mac, but if you hit F8, it will go between errors. So let me take that post out and it'll show. So it's missing article. F8 jumps to the next one, possibly undefined. So that means this is coming in undefined. Post, not props. Alright. So, make sure this is rendering. Read property includes undefined. I feel like we missed a step. Okay, I'm gonna kill the server and restart. I'm not really sure what happened there, but it looks like we've just typed this one. Everything's happy on that. How about we also try typing this file? So we're gonna F2 and call that a TSX. And this time we're gonna look out for those things. So rec is required. Let's hit F8. The rec is required, but it's type any. So we don't like type any. So we did that. Let's add a new to-do. Convert serverless function to TSX. So what type is the request? See what is in the cheat sheet. They might have it here, static site. So NextJS has some of their own types built in for their custom functions. That's not what I'm looking for. But you know what? That may be what we can use. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for, so let's just try do this ourselves. And while we're at it, why don't we get another blog post from somewhere else. So can't see that. Here's the content from Kent. So let's say this is an object. Is that an object? Okay. So we need to these are the ones that we are using. Let's do this as an interface. You know what? The request isn't being used at all. Where we did the okay, I'm not doing this correctly. Clearly. So yes. Incredibly hard to find. Great resource, but incredibly hard to find. Now what? The only way to search for this is to just go to GitHub directly and see next and API TSX. Oh, looks like Next has some things covered with it. So, copy all that into it. So, it looks like they've got API request. Should have realized that was a handled thing. Response and use data. Drop that off. Alright, so it looks like these are no longer complaining. Data, can't find name data. Type data is right there. Okay. Caps. F8. Alright, there's no errors. So we switched that over. We're not actually using... Can I drop this off? Because we're not actually using anything called name. Yep, that's not causing any issues. So we converted that. So yeah, let's do a commit with this. Script. So that's those two. What about, should we do app? I think I saw something about how they manage app. So here's where I missed earlier. I just scrolled too fast past it. Alright, so here's what we do there. So, 2. JSX. I'm gonna get some complaints. No complaints. There we go. Binding component implicitly typed any. I don't want to type any. So it says we need to get the app props and app. We're not using app context in this situation. So notice that says import type. And then we can throw the app props at the end. And that's happy. Convert app. All right, so we got so I need to stop the server. This is because we're converting stuff that's actively in there. Let's refresh. So you have to restart the server. This. So let's figure out what our next steps are. App-wise. So we've got his text coming in. Now, when I did the extract blog post, I went over the text. I did that here. So I went over the text and replaced all of these with a break point. So that's not obviously what Kent is using. So let's print out what Kent's using. And then I've got to refresh the page to see that. Oh wait, now it's showing. What happens? That's really bizarre. Look. If I console log it, it shows, but if I don't, that's bizarre. Well, we don't need to worry about that right now because we can handle that when we save. Should we be saving these things? We'll have to have a think about that once we get started. Alright, let's get the voice API. So, MDN voice API. Okay, I swear Google was listening to me. It's not okay. So it's not the speech, web speech. It's
one of these jaw-dropping moments. You gotta
text to speech. That's what we're looking for. Or maybe it was on that page.
So when we go into a frontier, our normal remote intuition no longer applies. This rule works when you go to the bottom of the ocean.
Right. So.
Or wherever you find your frontier under the stage of an electron microscope.
Some examples.
Everyday life intuition no longer applies. And that's why frontiers are rich in discovery. Because things aren't the normal, they aren't the usual.
Start with that. Need to kill the music. Because we're gonna have to just throw that in there. So let's see. Add speech API. And we need to add interface to play and pause. Look at no errors there. This is still loading. Why? Restart the server. I'm not sure why I'm having to do this so often. Okay, API resolved without sending any requests. Speech synthesis utterance is not defined. Oh, yep. I think we probably have to import it. Oh. Browser compatibility. So it should be available. I'm using Chrome as my browser. Just speech synthesis. Right. On to a different error. Window.speech synthesis. So they assign it to synth. I wonder if there are packages for managing this better. Here we go. Markdown. Pretty. Download 6. That's more common. React Speech. I don't know why we should add a package if it's built into the browser. This is pretty handy. So it looks like that they've got a voice. Oh, you know what? Next, this is probably because it's being built on the server and that's not in the window. I can duplicate that. See what happens when they use synth. Okay, let's not try to say anything yet. Let's see if synth is defined. Text page. Maybe we should have an error in here. Yep. Yeah, window is not defined. So this is a NextJS where it's building this beforehand. So NextJS. The size. Ooh, looks like Flavio did something like this. He wrote this a couple years ago. So I think I'm going to need to look at some research of how to implement this because I want the broadest support. Say you'll be able to use it on your phone. That's the idea. What I want you to be able to do is have an RSS feed of the latest blog post from your favorite bloggers and then have it read it to you, and then you should be able to select these things. So let me look at the the best way to do this, and we'll add the voice or text to speech in the next video. So let's see. Let's add this to my list. Research. But thank you for watching. That was a little bit of a slog, but we did convert 3 files to TypeScript, added TypeScript to a NextJS application, and showed a few of the ways to type NextJS applications that are specific to that. So again, this is Chris. I'm a developer in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you have any questions, reach out to me, and I'll see you in the next stream. Take care.